skating is such a challenging sport, but I think it sets you up for success later in life because it is so easy to just get into your head where you really need to put so many things out of your mind because you can't overpower anything that you're doing. You can't underdo anything that you're doing or it all goes awry and it's all off. At the Olympics, I don't think I've ever been more nervous for anything in my entire life. I never wanted to throw up and have diarrhea at the same time.
Are you sure about that, Adam? I mean, let's go back throughout life.
You know,
Are you sure about that?
should we start from the beginning?
I don't mean to,
To bring up any,
nitpick,
yeah.
But
well, okay. You know what? I won't say ever. I'll say at least for a while.
I think you said something about a Xanax or something like that.
Yeah, I wanted a Xanax, yeah. I mean, a little Xanny wouldn't hurt anybody.
Right. So you were that nervous.
I was.
Going out there.
Yes. You know, there was a lot going on. And I felt like even in Korea, well, when you're at the Olympics, you're sort of in this Olympic bubble where you don't really have any idea of what is going on.
Like because of the village? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
And, you just go and do your practice. You speak to the media. You go back to the village. And then you do the same thing like later in the day. And you do that, for a few days. You're at the Olympics for 3 weeks. So you don't really know what's going on, but because of social media, you have like all of this interaction with like the outside world. And I could tell that like what I was saying in the media was getting picked up by a lot of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I really now more than ever need to put my head down and back up my big old mouth with some good skating. And, it was the first time I think in my whole entire life where I was like, I need to completely like check out of this moment and go on autopilot. And, it's just all that training that kind of gets you through that moment.
Adam Rippon here on the Rich Eisen Show. What of what you said do you think was the thing that put the most pressure on you to skate the skate?
I think it was like the little back and forth I had with Mike Pence. I think when he reached out before the opening ceremonies, I was like, okay, like I'm hearing from the Vice President of the United States. I feel like there's like some eyes on me now. And I felt like it was really important for, everything that I had been saying for me to back it up and be like, well, I can say what I'm thinking, but I want you to respect me because like I've worked incredibly hard for this moment. And I showed up to represent the United States to the best of my ability, which was being there as like my authentic self, which was being there well-trained and was being there to get my team a medal.
So how messy were your mentions on Twitter? Did you check them out?
Ooh, Rich. It wasn't pretty. It was messy. I think what really took me back was that, I got so many messages that were overwhelmingly positive, like, we're cheering for you. But I overwhelmingly, on the flip side of that, got so many messages that I've never cheered for an American to fall before. Or I hope you break your legs. You don't deserve to be there. You should just leave. And I mean, I'm 28 years old. I've been teased like all throughout like my childhood. So I kind of have a thick skin. It's going to take more than like an internet comment to really get to me. But I just felt like, you're at the Olympics and you're working your entire life for this moment. And just disrespectful.
Did you ever meet with the vice president?
I didn't, no. I would, but I don't think that he's really looking forward to it.
You have to excuse me for laughing on that. I don't know if you were being facetious or funny or...
Both.
Both.
Facetiously funny.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.